Capybara Chronicles, Forest Adventures, Story 4, The Song of the Great Lake. Several days have passed since their adventure in the magical garden. The forest was filled with extraordinary energy. Animals became more sociable, and the flowers and trees were brighter and more vibrant. The Capybara family felt that something had changed not only in the forest, but also within themselves. But one morning, Tika woke up with the feeling that something was calling him to the lake, hiding in the sounds of the morning forest. He tried to be quiet, but, as often happened, his attempts to sneak out of the house quietly ended with him stepping on the tail of the fluffy carpet. Ouch! Who's sneaking around like a little elephant? Dad Cappy snorted loudly, instantly opening his eyes. Lena and Bob also jumped up, pulling on their hats and scarves.
Tika, oh, it's you again.
Lena yawned, looking at her brother with a laugh.
Where are you off to so early?
To the lake, Tika replied, trying to look serious. I heard a song, in the morning. It's probably just your stomach singing because you're hungry, Bob snorted, but a curious spark played on his face. Although, I also heard something like the melody of the wind or the bubbling of water. It's not just the wind, Tika insisted. I know it's calling us. Let's go.
Well, if it's calling, then let's go take a look.
Cappy's dad looked curiously at Mom.
What if Tika is right and this is some important magic?
Mama Bara, wrapped in her favorite scarf, nodded with a slight smile.
Whether it's a call or not, a walk by the lake has never harmed anyone.
The road to the Great Lake was long and winding. Cappy's dad kept trying to explain that a plan and a map are necessary for a confident journey. But Lena and Tika kept running off the path, chasing butterflies or trying to scare each other, pretending to see magical creatures in the bushes.
Oh, look, Lena, it's a giant wizard frog.
Tika shouted, pointing to a large rock.
What frog? Come on, Tika, that's just a rock.
Lena giggled, but suddenly froze.
Wait a minute. It has moss on it, almost in the shape of a frog's hat. Maybe it really is a magical stone.
They both laughed, and Papa Cappy sighed and looked up at the sky, murmuring quietly.
I'm sure that if we stop for every frog, we'll never reach the lake.
Well, at least we'll have fun, Dad.
Lena winked at him and Bob, hiding a smile, added, That's the magic of traveling, finding something unusual where no one is looking. When they finally reached the lake, a surprise awaited them. Great Lake, which was usually calm and majestic, was shimmering with colors and melodies this time. The water seemed to sing. Every splash, every ripple on the water turned into musical notes.
This is not just a lake.
Lena whispered.
It is live.
As soon as the capybaras approached closer, a light, transparent figure rose from the water. Her outlines changed, as if she was made of music itself. Creature smiled at them and spoke softly. Hello, brave family of capybaras. You have come to hear the song of the Great Lake. A song. Papa Cappy was surprised.
We came simply because our little one heard the call. Is it you who called him?
Oh. The creature shook its head. The lake itself calls those who carry light and sincere wishes in their hearts. Every 100 years, I awaken to remind the forest that its magic is alive. New Year. Magic. Weakens if it is not fueled by sincere wishes and courage. What can we do? Tika asked. I can sing. It's true. Everyone in the house says I have a voice like a crow. But I will sing anyway.
Better let Bob come up with something, Lena winked. He is our strategist, even when it comes to songs.
Well, maybe we should listen to some songs and find out what the problem is, Bob remarked, scratching his chin. And then we'll decide how to help. You have already helped. The creature smiled. Them. After all, your friendship and the strength of your wishes help the forest. But if you indeed want the song of the lake to truly spread far beyond its borders, you must give it a piece of your magic. But we don't have magic. Papa Cappy trembled. Mistaken. The creature whispered gently, Everyone has their own magic. The magic of laughter, the magic of words, the magic of kindness. I can definitely already feel it truly in you. If each of you gives your most sincere and absolutely heartfelt wish, the lake will shine. The family gathered by the shore of the lake, and each of them thought about something important. Mabara smiled and whispered,
I remember our first family hike. We were all so excited that got lost in the forest. And you know, it was one of the happiest days of my life because we laughed and sang songs until we found the way.
The melody of the lake became quieter, softer, as if it had heard her memories. And I remember finding Uncle's old hat, said Bob, blushing slightly. I thought back then that if I wore it, I would become smart and wise like him. And although the hat turned out to be too big, I realized that wisdom comes not from hats, but from what is inside us. The water of the lake shone brighter.
And remember,
Lena froze for a moment.
I remember how my mom and I looked at the stars. He said that each star is a wish that comes true if it comes from a pure heart.
Tika also gathered his courage. And I remember how my dad taught me to swim. And I kept choking. But you didn't leave me and didn't laugh. You helped me again and again. The magic of memories fills the lake, Tika said. The figure. This is strength. The lake shone, and the song spread far, filling the forest with light. When the capybaras were returning home, Tika joyfully hopped, trying to hum the melody he heard. Wow, I can still sing, he shouted, making everyone laugh. Even the crows in the forest will fall silent with you, Bob joked, but then added, actually, that was cool, Tika. You heard everything and brought us all here. You can consider yourself a true musical capybara. Musical capybara! Tika joyfully repeated, fluffing his tail. From this day on, call me that. Tina suddenly stopped and said thoughtfully,
And what do you think if one day we have not only songs and wishes, but also real difficulties? Will we manage?
Papa Capi looked at everyone and slowly nodded. Of course, Lena, because we have our family and our magic of friendship. What else do we need to overcome any difficulties?
But for a moment, a shadow of doubt flickered in his eyes. Perhaps because he also felt something ahead, something that might require more from them than just songs and wishes. Thus, the song of the Great Lake remained with them, but the capybaras knew that many trials lay ahead, and their friendship and magic must grow stronger.